If you know you won't have to retire for years yet or thinking about it now, then you're doing things the right way. Most people wait too long, making their retirement plans rushed and ineffective. In this video, we discuss 7 key factors that you need to retire in today's financial world. Learn how to set yourself up for a life of ultimate comfort. Number 7. Financial literacy. One of the key things you need to retire in today's financial world is financial literacy. This is because the financial world always changes, and so if you don't stay up to date, you run the risk of making long-term decisions based on misinformation. Very few people have the kind of financial power that allows them to retire on the spot. And this is the problem. There's going to be a significant period of time between the moment you start retirement planning and the moment you actually retire. And so, you need to have a deep understanding of financial concepts so that you can project how things will change in the future. Otherwise, when retirement actually comes, you will realize that all your calculations were erroneous. Number 6. A savings account. During retirement, your primary source of income would have disappeared. And so, one classical tip that exists is to save. This advice endures to this day because of how good and reliable it is. Most of us who are salaried workers can't afford to not save. We can't sustain the rest of our lives off of our final paycheck. And so, saving is one of the easy ways we can accumulate income in order to take care of ourselves during sweet retirement. The thing about saving is that it adds up over time, and you don't need to begin with outrageous amounts either. You could start with something small. Over time, it will surprise you by how much it grows. One challenge of saving is the urge to spend the saved money off of an impulse. However, there are certain financial packages you can apply for which prevent you from doing this altogether. Saving is good advice, no matter the financial climate. And so save. Number 5. Clear debt. Falling into debt is now an integral part of navigating modern society. In fact, a large proportion of the financial world depends on debt in order to get transactions done. Even the richest people in the world fall into debt from time to time. This allows more transactions to take place over a short period without wasting much time. Unfortunately, sometimes these debts could persist for a long time, especially for middle to low-class earners. They become financial obligations that hang over our heads and eat into our income. It is important to pay off these debts the moment we are able. Going into retirement with debt is very bad practice. The money you would have counted on to help you survive would be snapped up by the financial institutions you owe. You will be left with nothing. Number 4. Financial discipline. All the plans that can possibly be made towards retirement won't mean much unless you have the financial discipline to make them a reality. Financial discipline is an underrated skill that many experts neglect to mention. You can make all the plans in the world, but what do those plans mean if you don't follow them? With financial discipline, your retirement goals will be an overwhelming reality, no matter if you plan to retire in years or not. Also, you can't carry the same spending attitudes you have now into retirement. During retirement, you need to be smarter about your expenses. And so, you need to get used to it now. Otherwise, during retirement, you might lapse, placing yourself in a precarious position. And so financial discipline is a key thing you need to retire. Number 3. Great insurance policies. Insurance policies are some of the best weapons that any intelligent person can have in their financial arsenal. There are various forms of insurance, and each different package has specific uses. Insurance doesn't really cost much. However, the money you can get from it, should the need arise, can be potentially life-saving. The financial obligations you have towards your insurance packages at the moment will reduce the financial obligations you need to take care of when you are retired. And so, the goal here is to bear these financial burdens while you can, rather than when you are old and don't have as free of a cash flow. The other key thing is that they allow you to leave your savings undisturbed. Should disaster strike, insurance will cover the damages, and you can leave your savings account to grow. Number 2. Extra sources of income. Retirement would be much sweeter if you had various other sources of income to support you then. The thing about extra sources of income is that you need to start preparing them today so that by the time they are ready to bear fruit, you are ready to retire. There's nothing wrong with sticking to your savings. But why risk it? Other sources of income come in many shapes and sizes. These can range from investments to small businesses to financial assets like bonds and options. And so, at the very least, start doing research on these things. They will help you far more than you can imagine. Even if you might fail, the time to fail is now, when you have decent fallbacks. Number 1. A retirement plan. One thing you absolutely need to retire in today's financial world is a retirement plan. This might seem obvious, but a staggering number of people rush towards retirement with no plan at all. To have a comfortable retirement, then you need to start getting the details down now. How much do you expect to have in savings before you retire? By what age do you intend to retire? There are certain tools and equations you can use to perform estimates, and so there's no excuse for not indulging them. Coming to the end of this video, we hope you've learned much about what you need to retire in today's financial world. Retirement is something that everyone has to reckon with, and so it's best if you start now. In any case, to learn more, please check out other videos on our channel. There's a lot more where this came from, and by the time you're through, you're going to walk away informed and engaged. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, have a good day. Catch you later.